Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just an amped up couple in love that loves reacting to Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes, we do. Season 2.
Yeah, and so this is season 2, episode 1. We have a playlist for all of our reactions and early ad-free access on Patreon. You can get a month ahead or more there. All right, are you ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Bucky, are you ready?
I have a task for you.
Now hunted by the sister.
The Prodigy. Ooh.
Who dares enter? Hey, dream you kicking your own ass?
Do you want to talk about it? Nah, just a nightmare. I was in the Avatar state, but I was outside my body watching. It was scary. I was scary.
I want you to have this. The water has unique properties. Don't lose it. Aang, these scrolls will help you master waterbend. They're no substitute for a real master.
He's like, oh, don't worry about that. Get plenty of teaching from her.
Take care, son.
Poor Sokka!
Oh.
General Fong will provide you with an escort to Omashu.
Say hi to Gran for me.
Yes. Iroh.
Mm-hmm.
I see. It's the anniversary, isn't it?
3 years ago today, I was banished. I lost it all. I want it back.
Why would he banish you if he didn't care? That came out wrong.
My brother and my uncle have disgraced the Fire Lord and brought shame on all of us. You may have mixed feelings about attacking members of the royal family. If you hesitate, I will not hesitate to bring you down. Dismissed.
I'm afraid the tides will not allow us to bring the ship into port before nightfall.
Don't tell her that, she's gonna kill you.
Do the tides command this ship?
Because she does, bitch.
And if I were to have you thrown overboard, would the tides think twice about smashing you against the rocky shore?
No, Princess.
Maybe you should worry less about the tides, who've already made up their mind about killing you, and worry more about me, who's still mulling it over.
Oof. It's an introduction. She's very ruthless. Just like her dad, I imagine.
I was gonna say, you have to imagine just like her dad. You and I were on the same page, but...
I am General Fong, and welcome to all of you, great hero, brave Sokka, the mighty Katara.
Mighty Katara? I like that.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
It's quite the welcome.
Yeah.
We were all amazed at the stories of how you single-handedly wiped out an entire Fire Navy fleet at the North Pole. I can't imagine what it feels like to wield such devastating power.
I try not to think about it too much.
You're ready to face the Fire Lord now.
What? Aang still needs to master all 4 elements.
With the kind of power he possesses, he could defeat the Fire Lord now!
Aang can only do those things when he's in the Avatar state.
Your eyes and tattoos glow, and you're able to summon unbelievable power. Without you, we'd be slaughtered before we even reach their shores.
Just using him as a weapon.
We could cut a swath right through to the heart of the Fire Nation.
I don't know how to get in or out of the Avatar state.
I'll help you figure out how to get into the Avatar state, and then you'll face your destiny.
We already have a plan.
While you take your time learning the elements, the war goes on. That's the infirmary. And those soldiers are the lucky one. Every day the Fire Nation takes lives. People are dying, Aang.
Oh, that
You
is
can't.
so unfair.
I know. Put more pressure on him.
Seriously. And try to make him rush into it, and
Yeah.
like, you're gonna get him killed. And then you're really screwed.
What?
So she's got lightning power.
Holy crap.
One hair out of place.
Almost isn't good enough.
Okay. I think she needs therapy.
General Fong,
Have you thought about our discussion?
Yeah, you're a dick. That's what I thought about.
I'll fight the Fire Lord.
No.
Dang.
Don't let this guy pressure you into it and guilt you into it, actually.
Yeah.
I told the General I'd help him.
Aang, no, this is not the right way.
Why not? Remember when he took out the Fire Navy?
There's a right way to do this. Practice, study, and discipline.
Or just glow it up and stop that fire.
Blow it up.
Remember what happened when you didn't have discipline?
Mm-hmm.
You tried firepower? Didn't go so well then. Neither will this.
In an ordinary warrior, it improves strength and energy tenfold. It may induce the Avatar state.
Tenfold energy, huh? Is it working? Is it working? I can't tell. I'm talking too loud.
Ooh.
Maybe I can shock you into the Avatar state.
I love surprises. Still not glowing.
but his hiccups are cured.
Now I will join the 4 elements into one. Water, earth, fire, air.
This is just mud.
So, do you feel anything?
No.
We
Wow,
have to
powerful sneeze.
Look at these magnificent shells.
You forget we have to carry everything ourselves now.
They bring him joy, they're
Hello,
not useless.
brother. Uncle.
What are you doing here?
In my country, we exchange a pleasant hello before asking questions.
In my country.
What do we owe this honor?
I've come with a message from home. Father's changed his mind. Father regrets your banishment. He wants you home. You should be happy, excited, grateful. I just gave you great news.
I'm sure your brother simply needs a moment.
Don't interrupt, Uncle. I'm not a messenger. I didn't have to come all this way.
Father regrets? Wants me back?
I'll come to call on you tomorrow. Good evening.
Can we talk about something? Do you remember when we were at the Air Temple and it must have been so horrible and traumatic for you? I'm not saying the Avatar state doesn't have incredible and helpful power. You have to understand, for the people who love you, watching you be in that much rage and pain is really scary.
I'm really glad you told me that, but I still need to do this.
I don't understand.
Every day, more and more people die. Defeating the Fire Lord is the only way to stop this war.
I can't watch you do this to yourself. I'm not coming tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
After 3 long years, it's unbelievable.
I have never known my brother to regret anything.
Exactly.
Did you listen to Azula?
It's easier to get you this way than to fight you.
I care about you. And if Ozai wants you back, I think it may not be for the reasons you imagine. Things are not always what they seem.
I think you are exactly what you seem. A lazy, mistrustful, shallow old man who's always been jealous of his brother.
Sokka, wake up. I don't think we should be trying to bring on the Avatar state.
There you go.
Okay.
Do you think the general will be mad?
It's gonna banish you. Say, fine. We'll fight him on our own, and you can't stay here and learn earthbending.
Don't leave without me.
Uncle, you've changed your mind.
Family sticks together, right?
He's gotta have your back, even when you make poor decisions.
And you're a dick to him and don't deserve it.
Yeah. Trust your gut, Arrow.
Think we'll ever be able to trigger it on purpose. So I guess that's it.
Sure I can't change your mind?
Where's Katara?
She said she wasn't coming.
To this part, but like she also wasn't in the bedroom either.
Men! Attack the Avatar!
What?
He's trying to bring it on.
I believe we are about to get results.
Damn, that was impressive.
Yeah, if you really want to get out, you gotta threaten Katara.
Well, that's why I was worried she wasn't there.
Yeah.
I could see her not being here.
Nice, sucker!
But
You can't run forever!
You can't fight forever!
Be on your guard.
Welcome. I'm so glad you decided to come.
Are we ready to depart, Your Highness?
Set our course for home, Captain.
Home.
We're taking the prisoners home!
Huh. Dumbass. Well, that dude's dead.
You lied to me!
Like I've never done that before.
so cruel to plan his emotions that way.
I wonder what crazy thing they're trying now.
Most I care.
What's going on?
The general's gone crazy. He's trying to force Aang into the Avatar state.
All right, Sokka.
Maybe you can avoid me, but she can't.
Yep.
Oh.
I can't move! Don't hurt her!
Katara, no!
Stop this! You have to let her go!
You could save her if you were in the Avatar state.
I'm trying! I'm trying! Aang! I'm sinking!
I don't see glowing.
God, you are a sick man.
Yep.
You don't need to do this!
I do.
Yeah, now he's gonna fuck you up, dude.
I hope he does.
What do you think he's gonna like thank you when he's in this state?
Let's go!
You know, Father blames Uncle for the loss at the North Pole. And he considers you a miserable failure for not finding the Avatar. Why would he want you back home?
So cruel.
Mm-hmm.
She's not even busting out her power yet.
I was about to say, it's like she's barely trying. There we go. Holy shit! Yeah, Iroh!
Whoa, where did that come from?
Your friend is safe. It was just a trick to trigger the...
No. Bit late for that.
Yeah, he doesn't care. You don't get it. He's not in control.
Yep.
He's not the same Aang.
It's time you learned. The Avatar state is a defense mechanism designed to empower you with the skills and knowledge of all the past Avatars, focusing their energy through your body. In the Avatar state, you are at your most powerful, but you are also at your most vulnerable.
Yeah.
If you are killed in the Avatar state, reincarnation cycle will be broken.
Oh shit.
Will cease to exist.
Oh, they didn't mention that in the fine print.
Well, so that's why he's here to let him know. It's time he knows the truth.
I'm sorry, Katara. I hope you never have to see me like that again.
Are you joking? That was almost perfect. We just have to find out a way to control you when you're like that.
You're out of your mind.
I guess we'll figure it out on the way to the Fire Nation.
Yes!
There you go, Sokka.
Anybody got a problem with that?
Still want an escort to Omashu?
I think we're all set.
Yeah, Momo.
Anyone who harbors these traitors will face the wrath of the Fire Lord. There will be no place left to hide.
I think we're safe here.
Okay, so I'm too ignorant to fully understand that last moment.
I was just about to ask the same thing.
And I need some help. Was that to indicate that they were no longer members of the royal family? Or was that because they lost that fight? Like, I've heard of certain cultures that will cut their hair through as like a sign of loss.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the olden times, it was when warriors lost a battle. Sometimes now it comes in the form of like grief and loss, that like hair is cut or shaved. So I don't think I know enough about this specific world and culture to know exactly what that moment was meant to symbolize.
Yeah, to me, I thought it meant that they're like no longer members of the Fire Nation. I don't think I was paying attention. I don't pay attention enough to hairstyles to see if like everyone in the Fire Nation had that going on. Had a little like rocking a ponytail at some point. I also could see it like, you know, being a lost thing. I was thinking of like Khal Drogo and the Dothraki.
The braid.
Yeah. So yeah, but I'd love to know that as well. Unless we find out later on, then you know.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Well, I mean, it also, what they just did with their hair sharply juxtaposes the sister, where like she was doing her move and one hair fell out of place and that was considered an imperfection. And throughout the episode, she was constantly like kind of playing with the hair on either side of her. So like, it does seem like, I don't know if it's Fire Nation as a whole or if it's the royal family, but obviously hair seemed to be very important.
Yeah. So Aang, as if he didn't have enough pressure on him, now has to really, it sucks. I mean, because the Avatar state is something where it's kind of like, you know, break in case of emergency. But if he were to die during that and then the cycle is broken, he better not let that secret out.
Yeah.
Because everyone thinks that like, that's one of the reasons that he is still alive, because the Fire Nation doesn't want to kill him because then he'll be reincarnated. And so if they find that out somehow, that's going to be major trouble.
And what I found very interesting was the Earthbender general, who seemed so angry at the Fire Nation for causing so much death and destruction. He himself, upon prompting destruction from the Avatar, is elated, and he's willing to harm the Avatar's friend and potentially cause death to get the Avatar to go into that state. So, like, he is himself the exact same as the thing he claims to hate.
Well, so, you know, kind of sometimes what ends up happening with characters that end up being villains. I'm not saying that he was a villain, but like, you know, in this episode, he kind of was.
He flirted with the line for sure.
Yeah. And so you think you're trying to do a good job, you're trying to do a good thing, but you're doing it by any means necessary. And that's kind of what ends up making you a villain, because then you start crossing some lines. And yeah, like didn't seem to really care about the welfare of like his people and the fact that so much got destroyed during that fight with the Avatar. He was just like, okay, cool. Now how can we use this and wield you as a weapon? Yeah, I mean, Aang definitely wasn't a person to him.
Yeah, I mean, how can we control you? How can we
control you? That was where,
manipulate you, wield you? Like he didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't in any way try to cover exactly what he was after and what his thinking was. He like at least in this episode, I don't know if we meet him later and he becomes a better person, but in this episode, he was a complete shitbag.
Is that like the next level of like mastering firebending, is being able to shoot electricity out of your hands and then Iroh like absorb it and then like shoot, like he shot it out himself?
It made me almost think like, because we've seen him. So when we saw, I'm backtracking. When we saw the sister do lightning, I thought, oh, is it sort of like when you're Fire Nation and have powers, like it falls under like traditional fire or electrical heat? Like I was like, is there a difference? Because I haven't seen the sister wield flames.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the electricity is an evolution and a step up from flames, or if like you get one of two powers in this possible world. But what struck me with Iroh was almost like I thought of Rogue. I'm like, oh, he's like a conduit. He's absorbing the power from her and able to like throw it. So it just, that moment very much made me think of like the Rogue Magneto moment in what was it, like the 90s or the early 2000 X-Men?
Yeah. It was right around the time. It was either 99 or 2000. I was like, I feel bad for Sokka. Doesn't get any respect. Aang and Katara got gifts. She got nothing. She just keeps getting dumped on.
I mean, yes to that. And transparently, like, Sokka doesn't wield water. He didn't have a connection with this master at all. And he was too busy chasing the momentary love of his life to...
He's gone now.
Yeah. So I get why that happened. On like a human level, the master could have been like a bit mindful about Sokka as a human being and make some nice gesture, but okay, he wasn't exactly the most hospitable or kind person when we first met him. I think I called him a dick or something. So, because he was a bit of a misogynist. It's okay. He's rough around the edges. He doesn't have all the manners. But what I was thinking of is like to go from that moment where Sokka seems so small and like, I don't want to say like insignificant, but kind of compared to Katara and Aang, to then go into the earthbending situation where, the guy with no powers and just love for his sister and a buttload of courage runs right into the middle of all that without hesitation.
Yeah.
And to me, when you like, that's why when we've talked about Marvel people in the past and like characters that have stuck out, it's like, oh, it's the humans who are somehow keeping pace with the superheroes that impress me because they don't have the superpowers. They're literally just running in there. Sokka was the most impressive for that very reason.
If you want early ad-free access, then head over to Patreon, patreon.com/definitely-not-definitive. Link is in the description of this video. Also see our full watch-along reactions that way. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Avatar: The Last Airbender, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.